Hello, friends. This is going to be a little bit different than I normally is. My title today is Who Threw the First Stone? And I'm proposing that you threw the first stone. And if you give me a minute, I'll explain what I'm talking about. In every religion, there's some kind of scripture or mantra or something that says, do unto others, 10 Commandments. Be kind to others, do unto others that as you would have them do to you. Well, the funny thing is with that is I think we treat others oftentimes better than we treat ourselves. We will say kind words to others, but we say horrible things to ourselves that we would never say to somebody else. And so we're stoning ourselves. We're throwing the first stone, we're throwing the second stone, and we're slowly stoning ourselves to being overweight, to having low self-esteem, to feeling unconfident around others. And so what I'm going to share today is how we need to stop doing that, and some studies and things that will help us improve doing that to ourselves, because I do it to myself all the time. I'll be like, oh, I've got a zit, or I've gained another 10 pounds. I'm fat. I mean, you can ask any of my kids, my family. I say it all the time. Oh, I'm so fat. I just joke about it and I laugh because I've always been thin, and then I got this health problem and now I'm fat. So I am the first. This is for me, but if you can get something out of it, yay. But I want to stop stoning myself. I literally have 3 of these rocks that I have as decorations, and I'm like, I really probably shouldn't have those, because I do. We beat ourselves up. So we oftentimes you hear in the scriptures, like the story of the woman in John 8 who was brought in the very act of adultery to Christ, and that's where throwing the first stone comes from. When she was caught in this act, which was a stonable offense, a death penalty basically, caught in the act, Christ wrote something in the dirt, and then all of the Sadducees and Pharisees just walked away. Basically, this translation is, let he who is without sin throw the first stone. And so it's interesting that when we turn that judgment of others and everything to ourselves, we're not often as kind to ourselves as we would be. I throw stones at myself all the time. I'm the first to be critical of myself. I don't like it when somebody else maybe is critical, but I'm very critical of myself. So that's where the throwing the first stone comes from. Don't throw the first stone, or don't judge. We hear that all the time. And so think about that for a second. Are there ways in your life that you're throwing the first stone at yourself, and the second and third? Are you saying negative things when you get out of bed? Like, my first thought is, are my feet going to hurt when I hit the floor? I'm hesitant to step because I'm not sure my feet are going to be, or I'm going to be balanced, because a little bit too much weight. I could go either way. So the first thought I have in my mind when I get out of bed in the morning is, whoa, before I even get to the bathroom to look at myself in the mirror or anything. So I want to share some ideas how to stop myself from doing that, and some things that have helped me be better in the more recent couple of months. I've been trying to work on that. Abraham Lincoln shared how he destroyed his enemies by making them his friends. So I think we need to do that with ourselves. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, but we need to make ourselves friends with ourselves. We need to make ourselves love ourselves and be kind to ourselves, instead of being mean to ourselves. When we do things that we shouldn't, we're really mean to ourselves and judge ourselves really harshly. Yet I know if I saw somebody else doing the same thing, I would be like, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe that's why they're eating some ice cream, or maybe they're tired and that's why their house looks like that. So I used to be very critical, and I've gotten better over the years at not judging other people, but I still am critical and I still judge myself. So I think we do need to befriend ourselves and make ourselves our best friend. So are there things that you're saying about yourselves that you wouldn't say about others? So I just kind of mentioned that, but I know I would never walk up to somebody and say, you're fat. I just wouldn't never do that, but I do that to myself all the time. And I'm really harsh about that. So that is something that is not a good thing. Um, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. It's spring and there's allergens. So in the movie Bambi, Thumper says, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. And I think we need to put that on ourselves as well, because we wouldn't say things like that to our children. I would never tell my kid you're fat. I would never tell them you shouldn't eat that because you're going to get fat. Like, but I tell myself that, or, you know, those kind of things, or like, you shouldn't lay down. I know you're tired, but don't sit down during the day, even though I'm tired all the time, because then I feel lazy and I get nothing done. So I'm really hard on myself a lot of the time, which wasn't a really good example for my children, but I'm working on that, and I'm becoming better, and I'm hoping that sharing this would be a reminder for myself. So, you know, studies have shown, and I've done this for a really long time, when I meet people that I haven't seen in a while, or even just friends, I'm like, hey, how are you? And I give them a big hug, and I act overly excited to see them, because studies have shown when you are overly excited to see somebody, or somebody is overly excited to see you, the next time you see them, you get excited before they even say something. You're excited to see them because they gave you this really big excitement to see you. And so I know that is true. And I do that with my nephews and my nieces and family. But I truly am very happy and excited to see them. But when I get up in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not happy to see myself in the mirror in the morning. I'm usually like, my hair's everywhere and I'm feeling really awful. And I've got like sores on my face, mask face, you know, and so I'm not excited and happy to see myself in the mirror. So what I've done recently is I sing a happy song. So what if you, every morning when you got up and you looked in the mirror, you sang a happy song? So I'm gonna just do what I've been doing recently, is like, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, yeah. And I'm in the mirror and I'm getting in the bathroom and I love myself, and then I'll say, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, yeah. And then I'll do something like, I'm happy and thin, I'm happy and thin, I'm happy and thin, and I'll walk around the room getting dressed and I'm singing I'm happy and thin and I'm beautiful, and so I just sing this song to myself when I'm getting ready. Before, I would just be like, oh, I don't even want to see myself, but I'm trying to be kinder to myself and be the friend that I am to others to myself, because I am a good friend and I am very happy to see family and friends. So that's one suggestion. Sing yourself a happy song when you get up in the morning. And if you're not a singer, or if you have somebody around you who don't want to hear you singing, well, let me just tell you about that. Okay, so there's a study, somebody talked about it in my church conference, and I thought it was really fabulous. They did a study on rabbits, and they were trying to study their health. And this one group of rabbits was exceptionally higher on all their health, and they trying to figure out why this one group. And they realized that it was the caretaker. When she was feeding them, she was stroking them and kinding and showing them love and very caring. So they did a second experiment, and she, once again, those rabbits, that they took out all other things that it could be. And so there's a book written about it called The Rabbit Effect. So just by being loved and stroked and thought about in a positive manner, those rabbits were healthier. So I have really poor health currently, and I'm posting videos and I'm blogging and I'm answering other people every day. I get comments on my YouTube channel, my website, my blog about people and their health and how awful their health is and can I help them. And I think in a way that has made me focus more on my bad health, which in turn has caused me to have more bad health, because focusing on something is when you focus on something, that's you get more of that. So I love to help people, and I love it, but that's why I haven't posted a lot of videos about updating my health or my health recently, because it's really hard to focus on that negative when I'm trying to be positive with myself. So I am trying to do the rabbit effect by doing positives for myself, saying positive things, uplifting things, not saying the negative, not stoning myself every time I look in the mirror saying, oh my gosh, I'm so fat. I'm the fattest I've ever been, because I say that. I'm like, how am I the heaviest I've ever been? I'm trying so hard. And then I beat myself up like, maybe I'm not starving myself enough. Maybe I'm not trying enough herbs. I'm doing the best I can, and I need to be gentle with myself and stop stoning myself for that. If I'm overweight, that's where I'm at. Thyroid, whatever is the issue, my health issue, it doesn't matter. I've got to be more gentle with myself and use that rabbit effect by saying positives, by being kind about myself and where I'm at and the things that I'm doing and how I'm doing. So, years ago on my blog, I posted a little comment about Taylor Swift and how she reacted to some negative in her life by putting out a video and a song that was "Look What You Made Me Do," and it kind of focused on the negative. And so I was saying, take out the dynamite, the wick, basically. What is it called? You light the fuse. You take out the fuse, and then the dynamite doesn't go off. So on my blog, when I had negative people, because there's negative people, there's haters on every website, every video, everything. There's always haters. So what I started doing is whenever I would have somebody that was really, really negative, and there's just no excuse for it negative, then I would just delete them and block them from my account. And if there was somebody who I felt was kind of negative, but they didn't really understand, they didn't look at my videos and they really didn't understand where the situation was coming from, then I sometimes will just write a positive reply and say, thanks for watching, maybe watch some of my other videos and maybe not judge so much because, if you watched all the other videos, you'd understand where I'm coming from. But for the most part, if it's negative at all, I just diffuse the whole situation by just blocking and deleting. And I have found over the years, and I've been YouTubing for 10 years and blogging for 11, that if I just delete the post, I don't even finish reading it. I don't read the haters stuff. If I can see that it's clearly a negative, I delete it before I finish reading it and block the person. And over the years, it's gotten less and less and less and less, where I don't have to block very many, because if you read the comments, the haters can see there's no hate comments because I've blocked them all. So they don't even write it. They kind of just go, oh, she'll just delete it anyway, so why bother? So it's really been nice since I started doing that. At first I would try and defend myself, and then it just would get into a fight, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that negativity. So by deleting that negativity before it even set in, I'm talking within minutes of them posting it, it's deleted. I don't leave it on there for anybody else to be feeling negative about. At first I had some negative ones on there, and people would reply to them and they'd get into a kind of a back and forth little bitterness, and I don't want that on my channel at all. My channel is The Secret is Gratitude, which is a good thing and positive thing, and I try to be positive and uplifting on it. And so I don't want that negativity. Even if they're defending me, I don't want them to be negative in defending me, because they're judging the person who is judging. So we're all doing a judgment thing. So I'm trying to not have that. So what I've learned from that is I need to do that with myself. I need to take the fuse out of the situation. So when I'm about to say something negative about myself, like I'm fat, I need to look at it and go, why am I negative about that? If somebody else is fat, I just accept them for who they are, and I love their personality, and usually they're, bubbly and fun, and they just have a health issue. And so I'm like, why am I judging myself for something I wouldn't judge somebody else for? So I'm trying to look at myself and remove whatever that fuse is for myself. So it's like a self-negative thought process. And so I'm trying to break that up and remove the fuse from the dynamite, so that if I look in the mirror and I see that I'm overweight, I don't see that as a negative. I see that as, oh, that's me. Yeah, there I am. Okay. I'm there. That's me. Let me do what I need to do to get ready for the day, instead of, oh my gosh, I'm so fat, I don't even want to get dressed, I don't want to look in the mirror. Those kind of thought processes. So by taking that fuse out, why am I saying that about myself? Why do I feel that that needs to be a negative that I'm giving myself, and diffuse those two things? It has made a difference in how I see myself and how I react throughout the day. So my suggestion is, don't hold the dynamite, don't hold the fuse. If you have a negative habit that's formed, the dynamite's that negative habit that you are saying negative self-talk throughout the day. Take the fuse away from it. What is the trigger that makes you say that habit? So, put a picture of yourself thin on the mirror and just say, oh my gosh, you are so thin, you're so beautiful. Oh, you look at you, you are hot. Whatever you need to do to stop that process. You need to do something that's going to stop and take out that fuse, so you don't blow yourself up every day in the mirror or at work. Why am I so stupid? Why am I doing these things? They told me not to do this. Why am I so clumsy? Why am I whatever it is? Why can't I have money? Why am I so bad with money? Why am I going into debt? Why am I bankrupt? All of the negative self-talk. I'm good with money, but I'm not good with my weight. So I don't have the self-talk about money. So that's not a fuse and a dynamite for me, but my weight is a fuse and a dynamite for me. So you have to figure out what your dynamite is and what your fuse is, and break them apart, and not light the fuse to blow yourself up every day. So the best way to do that, put reminders on the ceiling when you wake up in the morning. Put some sticky notes on the ceiling. You are beautiful. It's going to be a great day. I'm positive and happy. Whatever your self-doubt negative is, put the opposite. I'm going to get a lot done today. I'm going to be motivated. I am motivated. I will get my list done today. Make yourself a list at night and put the list on the ceiling. These are what I'm going to get done before I climb back in bed. Anything you can do to break that cycle of negativity in your world. Put something on the mirror. My daughters are so cute. They're like, look at that beautiful mom in there. And then they put it on my mirror. They put little notes all around the house that remind me all the time. And this has really worked well. I had a daughter that was having problems seeing. Her eyes were getting worse. So she put notes up all over the house that said, I can see clearly. I'm grateful I can see clearly. I'm glad that I can see this clearly. And they were all over the house. And about a week later, my other daughter who had glasses, I only have two that have glasses, the other daughter came up and said, hey, I can't see clearly out of my glasses anymore. And I said, I bet your eyes have gotten better because of the notes that are all over the house. So those notes can not only affect you, but they can affect those that are around you. So put those notes up, put them in the shower, put them in the kitchen when you're doing your dishes, put them on the mirror in the bathroom, put them in the shower, put them on your steering wheel when you're driving your car. Anywhere where you will see that positive reminder to talk positively about yourself, to love yourself, to give yourself that thing that you need, instead of stoning yourself. So your computer screen at work would be a great one. If you work on a computer that you can see, make a little skinny one around the edge. You're beautiful. You do a great job. You get your tasks accomplished quickly. Anything that would be something that you would normally self-talk negative, put that positive there. And the other thing that I do is give gratitude for the things that you do have and you do well. So like I give gratitude, my blog is called The Secret is Gratitude. I give gratitude all day long, every day. I have gratitude frames in my home that I put the things that I'm grateful for. I give gratitude prayers daily for my eyes. I see something beautiful and I'm like, thank you, God, that I have eyes that I can see clearly. I'm in my 50s and I've not worn glasses. So I'm very blessed when a lot of my family has worn glasses. So I give gratitude all day long, every day. So what I need to work on still is I'm giving gratitude for hot water. I'm giving gratitude for my eyes, but I'm not giving gratitude for the talents that I have or the things that I do that I'm good at, and even for the things that I'm not good at. I'm grateful that I have a body that I can get fat. I mean, a lot of people don't even have bodies that function. So I've been trying lately to give gratitude for the things that even, the trial of having a weight problem and trying to figure out thyroids and goiters and parasites and all the other health problems that I have. Um, because at least, you know, I'm giving gratitude, which only makes it more positive. So I give gratitude for the things that I'm learning in the process about myself. And so we need to stop stoning ourselves. Maybe if you take a rock and you put it in your table in at dinner time, and you just, you know, talk about what stones did you throw at yourself that day with your family, or what stones they threw at themselves that day, or somebody else threw at them, and then turn them into a talking moment and make it more positive. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is I have a song that I have loved for years. And I just really guess I haven't taken it to heart. I haven't listened to it in quite a few years. You know, CDs kind of went out the window, and then we listen to what we have to stream, and the song is on a CD. And so I searched it on YouTube, and they actually have a really nice version on YouTube that I really liked when I listened to it just now, because I wanted to share the song with you. And the author, or the artist that wrote the song, is called Michael McLean. And he has some really, really beautiful music. There's one about adoption that if you were adopted, or you know somebody that's adopted, you might want to look at. It's on The Collection, I think is the name of the album. And it's really beautiful. But this song in particular it's called Gentle. And it talks about being gentle with yourself. So why, you know, life is hard and it can be difficult, but we need to be more gentle with ourselves. So I'm going to put a link to that video on YouTube. And the artist I picked that I liked her rendition is Kenna Childs. I think I've heard some of her things before on YouTube, but she did a very nice rendition of this. So link to it. It's a beautiful song, and I think you'd really like it if you got to the end of this video. Maybe nobody will watch it, but I'm going to be gentle with myself and say, yay for putting up a video. If you look at my YouTube channel, I have 900 videos, but only 850 of them published, because people have been hard on me. Sometimes I make the video and then I'm like, I don't want to hear about it, so I just don't post it. But I'm going to start posting them. I'm going to be gentle with myself, even if other people aren't. So if you like this, thumbs up. Please subscribe, share, check out my blog, The Secret is Gratitude, my YouTube channel, The Secret is Gratitude, no spaces. And hopefully we can all be more gentle with ourselves and others, but especially with ourselves. And you are beautiful, and you are my friend, and I call you my friends because I think I make friends with everybody. My kids just say, you can make friends with anybody. So you are my friend. Even if you're a little bit negative towards me, you're still my friend, and I know I can win you over. So, so please check out the other videos. Share this if you got something out of it with those around you who may need to be a little bit more gentle with themselves. And I hope you have a very, very blessed day. And thank you so much for watching.